Hello, all you lovely people of YouTube and Spotify. I almost forgot to say that part. This is your host, Ripar4, and I would like to say hello, welcome to all of you, as that is something I do say. Yes, hello. It has been a while. I say it's been a while. It's been a week. A leak? A week can be a long time. A very long time. But, with that being said, I am here. I am here to be with all of you to provide all the content you want. No matter what that may be. See, I'm not one to judge what kind of content any of you want to watch. I am here to make sure you are having a great time. Because, I mean, what is there to say if you're not having a good time? You know? I pride myself on having a good time. Speaking of good times, as I speak right now, the Game Awards are happening. I'm not watching them right now. I'll possibly watch them when this episode is done. If there's something cool that happens, well, sucks that I missed it, but hey, at least it happened. You know, that's always cool. I'm a big fan of that stuff. Always a big fan. People are saying there's going to be a Halo announcement there. I'm not too sure about that, but hey, you never know. You know what? Why not? Nothing is concrete yet. We're getting close to that process of the concrete being mixed together and becoming hard for the concrete, you know. We're getting close to that process, but we're not quite there yet. But my point is, I'm getting close to the point to where I'll be in a new setup to record things, to do YouTube. I'll be in a new place. For like a lot of reasons. Work. Just to get out of the state I've been living in my entire life. See, I've lived in the same state my entire life. Different parts of the state. But it's been the same state my entire life. And, the reason I also say this is because I know it's been a very confusing year for a lot of people. But I imagine if you are a fan of my content, it's been rather strange because, well, there was a period of time where I just kind of disappeared. And I wasn't making content for a while. And for that period of time, I do want to say my apologies. You know, if I was able to do so, and I truly mean, if I was able to do so, I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have hopped right back into the saddle and been like, hey, what's up? Let's record. But, you know, that was not my choice. I didn't have the opportunity to do so. There were many times where I thought of, like, recording videos that I haven't recorded. Like, the kind of content I used to record back in the days of when I was a teenager. Like, where I just sit in front of the camera and yap to you. I thought about recording those type of videos for a while. But then I never just did it because I was scared of, like, things happening outside of my control. Or I was scared of, like, an IRL thing. Sorry about that. Or I was scared of um like people not liking that content from me. Like sure, it's the kind of content I used to upload, but like times have changed. I've changed. Would I be entertaining like that anymore? Because back in that era of like YouTube and myself, I used to try to overperform uh and like make a fool of myself, just to like put it simply, to get like a laugh or like to make content. And now that's not really the case. I don't want to make a fool of myself because I'm an adult and I realize that like I have dignity. Um God. Nostalgia is such a thing. And there's a reason I'm getting nostalgic. It's because a lot of like big changes are possibly happening in my life. A lot of like everything's different from last year, and then everything was different from the year before that. And then there was just like a constant steady of nothing really changing before then, except with some cool stuff happening here and there. Like 2023, nothing was really different, and then 2024, that was the case until near the end of the year. And then my life felt like it got turned upside down. But I did not become the Prince of Bel-Air. uh, but a lot happened. A lot of heavy things happened, and from that time period up until like I'd say August, I was in a slump for a lot of things. For a lot of figurative and literal and a lot of different terminologies that I could use that I'm trying to sugarcoat because I don't want to talk about it. But I do want to give an explanation as to why I disappeared. It wasn't out of I was burnt out and I didn't want to do it anymore. Trust me, I love doing this. If I got paid to do this, that would just be an added bonus because like I like doing this. I like making this content. I like making things. I like the creative process. I think I said that in a previous episode. But like I get that a podcast is not the most creative thing that I could do. I understand that. However, I get to talk to all of you while I get things fixed, because before I do playthroughs again, I want to fix some of my setup. So for now, you're just getting podcasts because why not? But yeah, my life. It's been one hell of a fucking roller coaster. I wouldn't recommend it. If they made my life a roller coaster, I just wouldn't recommend it. If they made my life a book, I wouldn't recommend reading it. Unless you're a masochist and like boring yourself to death. I'm going to get a very stern message for saying that later. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Oh, God. They're going to kill me. They're not going to kill me. They're just going to be like, why would you say that? I'm going to be like, I don't know. And then they'll be like, yeah, but like, you guys not be like that towards yourself. And I'll be like, yeah. But then here I am predicting our conversation right now. So who's the real winner? And then it's not going to be me. Spoiler alert for my future self. See, you don't even have to have the conversation with me now, because I had it for us right here. Who's that towards? It could be towards anybody who's listening and knows me personally, to be honest. Just depends on the matter of the situation. I keep forgetting to put that on, vibrate or silent. But honestly, I don't care right now. That's a next week problem, and if I forget it next week, that'll be a week after that problem. By the way, 2 weeks away. Christmas. Isn't that crazy? If I'm not mistaken, that means Christmas falls on a Wednesday. Wacky wild. There's 13 days left before Christmas. Speaking of festive times, if you like Christmas music, Jay Schlatt put out 3 new songs to his Christmas album. If you want to go listen to those, go listen. I'm not sponsored, just recommending it. I like it. Why not? If you're a Destiny player, The Dawning starts next week. After the dungeon. And that is awesome. It's going to be fun. There's going to be 2 new cookies. They put out a blog post. There's going to be 2 new cookies we make. We're going to make cookies for Archie and the lady on Kepler. I forget her name. But my plan is I'm going to bake them. Because that will be like 2 cookies that I need to do to masterwork my oven. And the reason why you want to masterwork your oven in festival is because it makes it to where like everything is cheaper. And who doesn't like things that are cheap? Anyway. I didn't mention this in like the last episode, and then the week before I just didn't do an episode. But I'm mentioning it this week. I have watched Supernatural. I'm not done with it, but I have gotten pretty far. I've watched it almost every day, all day. Not all day, but you get what I mean. Almost all day. And I've gotten far, to the point to where I'm on season 8. And, like, there was a thing that happened in season 7 that I was not really a fan of. But you know what? That's okay. But, like, I don't know. I don't think it was the right call for the show writers. But that's my take. And that's all I will get into without giving specifics, not only for spoilers' sake, but also I've heard the Supernatural fandom is ravenous and to not interact with it. So I am going to take that precaution and not really say much besides what I had just said. Please don't make me perish. Anyway, I'm excited for the next year. We're not at the yearly wrap-up of content that I have been doing for the past few years besides the beginning of this year. But I've been thinking about a lot of the next year in my life. Purely because, like, a lot is going to change. A lot is going to change. A lot's going to be different for me in my life. And that is scary. I am scared. And I got every right to be. But honestly, that fear that I have is mostly, to be honest, just my anxiety that I carry throughout my entire life. I am a deeply anxious individual. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'm anxious. That's the thing. And I overthink a lot. But as someone or many people I know have said, there's actually been a lot who have said it, it's going to be good. A lot of things are solid. A lot of things are concrete. And that is good. I'm excited. Things are going to change in my life. And I think for the better. And you know what? It's about time. Because, let me tell you. I do not recommend being unemployed. It's not fun. I don't know. A lot of things I could say, But it's like, what's the point, you know? I'm getting to like a point in my life, and it's really funny to say this as someone who's like 23, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel like I'm getting to a point in my life to where it's like I may like dislike something or someone, but like I don't truly hate anybody anymore. Really, because it's just like that's a lot of energy that I don't really feel like putting out anymore. Like, cause like when you hate somebody, you're kind of having to think about that. You have to constantly go, I don't fucking like that guy. I hate them, you know? But like, I'll go, wow, that person's a dick, and then I'll move on with my day. Or it's like, god damn, this thing that this person did is really pissing me off. But like, I'm thinking about that because like, I don't know. I guess like to dip my toes in the water of what's been happening. I had a really, really stressful year to the point to where like so much had happened where cause it kind of like, I felt like it changed me in a way, which will happen when a big thing happens in one's life. Like you're going to be changed either for the better or for the worse. It's really how you go about it. You know, like, do you build yourself up or do you break yourself down? Anyway, not to get philosophical. There was just a point where it's like I can get angry about like small things, but like when it comes to like big things, I don't really have it in me anymore. Like I'll get pissed about like a little thing. I'm like, damn, that's so annoying. I'm so angry. Oh my god. And then like that blows over. I'm like, okay. But then like I'll I don't know, something like major will happen and I'm at a point where it's like, okay. Like it's hard to like I guess stay angry, if that makes any sense. It's like hard to keep that like I guess rage. I'm so angry. I can't even like fake it anymore. I'm actually that's a lie. I'm sure I can fake it. I can do it for bits. I just can't do it right now. I should mention if I sound like stoned or like something else, I am not on any substance. I'm not drunk. I've just I'm I guess I am worn out for the day and mentally exhausted. However, this is not mentally exhausting me, chatting with all of you lovely people. So I'm doing it because I enjoy doing this. Also, I like giving something for people to listen to. I have people who genuinely listen to my podcast, and so I want to provide this for them. Hell, I think like I have like 100 listens on episode 48. That's insane. I don't get why I'm getting that much traction. But you know what? I'm all for it. I think that episode is the one where I chat about the Renegades. Not Renegades. The episode I'm thinking about is the one where I talk about the survey, the Destiny survey. It's good. Good little time to chat. Anyway, a topic that had escaped me that I meant to talk about. 50. This is episode 50. I didn't even say that in the beginning. But like that was my whole point of talking about my life and nostalgia. Anyway. I'm so I'm trying to be silenced, I guess. Anyway, episode 50, nostalgia. I have done 50 episodes. Now, honestly, most of my episodes that I've done are from the previous year because I was actually doing pretty well. I only missed a few weeks. And I'd be like, oh, it's too late to record an episode. Oh, I'm out of my building. And so I just couldn't film. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Yawning, am I right? Sometimes it would be like, oh, can't film that right now. Other times, I just lose track of what day it was. There are other times where I just completely forgot to hit upload. And then I think, I'll just save it for next week. Because, like, I was such a perfectionist about it at the time, where I'm like, I can't upload it late. Which, like, I don't fully care about now, but I do, but I don't. Like, if it's, as long as it's still the day I plan to upload it on, it'll get uploaded. Like, that's why, like, last week's episode on YouTube came out at, like, 12 p.m. because I was like, oh, wait, I haven't uploaded. Let's hit upload. So then I hit upload. But, like, I always try to hit, like, 9 a.m. for my time, which I'm going to try to keep doing. 9 a.m. my time. Actually, my time is going to change, but I still want to do 9 a.m. the time zone of. I don't know if I want to continue doing 9 a.m. of the current time zone, so keep it the same time zone. Point is, the times I'm moving out, and the place I'm moving to is a completely different time zone. And I'm not moving with people. I'm moving out, and I'm going to have, well, live with somebody, but like, it's no one like in the house I'm currently in with. So it's going to be like a new thing for me. And, I'm excited to see that. Anyway, whole point of me, like, bringing up the 50 thing. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. A few months ago was the 10-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. And, like, I didn't really do much because that same month was also a bit hectic for me. And I was trying to, like, mentally, like, recuperate after, like, all of, like, the rest of the year before that. Because, like, I don't know. I guess my way to say it is I was trying to rebuild me. If that makes any sense. I was trying to take me and rebuild that to a point where it's like, yeah, we're good here. And fun fact, that's hard. That's a hard thing to do. But I did it. But, like, my point of all of this is to say, it's been a wild 10 years. It's been a wild 50 episodes. A lot of those earlier episodes you can't watch anymore because, like, to be honest with you, I don't think they're good enough for YouTube. I don't think they're quality enough for, like, what I do now. I, as my whole spiel earlier, I've grown up as a person. I've changed a lot. Um, and I just don't think that content suits like my level of what I want to put out. With that being said, like obviously like there's a bunch of mistakes and like there's a bunch of like weird crap in these videos because as they stand right now, I literally upload VODs from Twitch. And like, is that the best quality control? No. However, if the prices of RAM goes down, I'm not talking about the trucks, I'm talking about the computer part. If those ever go down, I'll get a computer and I'll edit these suckers. Hell, I'll probably record them on the computer. Have like a standing microphone that I just yap into. That'd be fun. Would anyone watch that? I don't know. Maybe. Wow. Thinking about that. I'd play like so many like indie games. Indie horror, indie adventure, indie story. I'd also play like there's a lot of games with the number 2 in them that I'd play. Like Helldivers 2, Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead 2. There's a lot of things I'd play. And that's purely because, like, I don't know. I grew up watching TF2 content. I grew up playing Left 4 Dead on the 360. And then I lost the copy. I just realized that I didn't turn down the volume on my phone all the way. So I was like, I'm hearing something. I took the ear off of my sound deafening headphones. It's my phone. I'm hearing myself speak. I hope that does not pick up in the recording. That'd be really funny, but really unfortunate. I'm going to have to listen back when I'm done recording. That's funny. Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about. That took me out. There's a lot of things I want to play. I remember now. A lot of things I want to play when I'm younger. When I get a computer that I played when I was younger. Like Left 4 Dead. I'm a big fan of Left 4 Dead. I like Left 4 Dead 1, I like Left 4 Dead 2. I played both of them on the 360. My 360, I had like physical copies. Both of them were given to like family members, and like goddamn, like I was not the one who gave them to family members, and I so regret. Like I wish I said something like, I like playing that. I still play that. Don't give that away. But like, hey, what are you gonna do about it? One day, I'm gonna have like, I'm either gonna like wait to get a computer to do this like video myself, or like I'm gonna like have Denmark record for me. I'm gonna do a PowerPoint presentation and be like, hey, look at all my clones. This is like the lore I have for them so far. This has nothing to do with what I was talking about. Computers. The games I'd play on them. Like I said, Helldivers 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Team Fortress 2. Now let's say some games that don't have the number 2 in them. Gmod, MCC, and I get like right now my background footage. If you're watching this on YouTube, the background footage is MCC. However, if you play on a computer, you can play with mods. That's exciting and fun. And other adjectives. I'll let you figure out what adjectives you want to use for that. But like, I'm a big fan of that stuff. I want to play it. There's a game I want to play when I get a computer called a One Shot. want to play like a bunch of games that I've played already, but modded. I want to learn how to mod games, make my own mods. Just so you're aware, it's just gonna be a lot of like my special interest crammed into one game because I'm unwell. I have a silly idea for a mod that's just implementing Captain Rex anywhere that I can make sense in the Skywalker saga. So sadly that means no Phantom Menace, but I'll like throw him like every which way in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, even though he's not in either of those movies. I'm also just gonna throw him everywhere in like the original trilogy, despite the fact that Captain Rex is just not in those movies. But like he'll just be there, and obviously he won't like have dialogue unless like I'm desperate and like decide like, oh, I'm gonna pay like that Red Sun guy to like do dialogue, and that was like a name drop of a YouTuber. He does like a really good clone impression, and I like it. So you know how it is. Oh, I don't know. A lot going on. Oh, I just remembered. Not only is Christmas 13 days away as I'm recording this, I should like say it in the time frame of like when this is uploaded. So as you're watching this, Christmas 12 days away. Wow, what a surprise. It came to us so fast. Anyway, Stranger Things is putting up the season 5 part 2 on Christmas. So like if you're a Stranger Things fan, watch it, I guess. I haven't watched part 1 yet because I'm going to wait for part 2. And then like I'll just be like, okay, I'll wait a week for final part. But I'm not going to watch it on a Christmas day. You got me bugging if you think I'm going to watch Stranger Things on Christmas Day. You know what I'm going to watch? I'm not saying, but that is something I no longer want to promote because, it's just a bit problematic, one could say. I swear to God, if that makes me receive a message from somebody, I'll be a little ticked. Anyway, I want to do something like that again. There's not enough time to whip something up in this short amount of time. But like, I don't know. I think next year, if everything goes my way, fucking better. I think if everything goes my way and whatnot, I think genuinely, I'd be down to do something like that again. This isn't me saying, oh yes, this is like me 100% confirming that I am going to do a machinima next year for Christmas. I'm just saying, I like making that, and I would be down to do it. Holy fuck. If I do make a Christmas machinima for next year, I'll be like 24 when it releases. That is strange, and I don't like that. But you know what? That's okay. It is absolutely okay. Because, like, getting older is just a part of life. We can't control it. Might as well make the most of it, right? Crazy to think that 10 years ago, I was 13, making YouTube videos with a tablet facing my TV while I was playing Minecraft. I didn't have an Xbox 360 yet because it wasn't Christmas. Or not 360. I had a 360. I didn't have an Xbox One yet because I got my Xbox One that year for Christmas. And wow, how time flies. And I'm still playing. It's 10 years later. I'm playing on that same Xbox One that I got that Christmas. It is old and dying. I'm dying as well. It's me. I'm the one who's dying, as well as the Xbox One. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this. I don't know. If you liked what you saw, well, one, I'd be a little shocked. And two, leave a comment saying something that you thought about the video. Leave a like if you want. If you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, rate it 5 stars. All the help is appreciated. Lets me know that you enjoy what I'm yapping about. I enjoy yapping to you. I just hope you enjoy listening. Let me know if you do. With that being said, thank you all so much for listening. And I will see you all in whatever I do next. Possibly, more than likely, a podcast. Goodbye, everyone.